So I'm braiding my hair and I'm going over my thoughts of the past week and just, I don't necessarily equate it to a demise or I don't know. But I am analytical and so patterns, perceptions, um, my sense of discernment is at an all-time high. But there are caveats to that. Feel sometimes it's not good enough. But what I wanted to bring to you guys' attention is this. As I'm going through this journey of like understanding rejection and why it happens and the feeling of it and everything like that, I wasn't actively feeling what I thought was rejection, but it's almost like the boy who cried wolf syndrome. And so I feel as if there are points in our life where we have to grow up. And so I'm at that place in my life where I don't think that burning a bridge is necessarily a bad thing. I don't think that that's a bad thing, I just don't. But now I'm thinking about it and I'm like, okay, one thing that the spirit will say is like, you can judge a person by their fruit. And so I'm thinking of this person that I mislabeled, um, and thinking that, because everyone's going to have their shortcomings. Like I have shortcomings, right? And I feel that being prophetic, being a person with a high level of discernment, sometimes you can be overly judgmental and think that, oh, it is what it is. Your word is what it is. Even though you're totally talking to Holy Spirit and Holy Spirit is telling you, shut up, girl. Like, this is what I'm saying. And you don't see it. So you immediately are like, I don't know. Not everything that we perceive as rejection is rejection if the fruit isn't right. So you always have to do a fruit check. And so the past like week or so, something that this person said did upset me, and my feelings are valid for that, but my actions weren't valid for that. But one of the things I had to address was, what is the fruit of this person? Okay, what is this fruit? This person is always trying to uplift, bring positivity to you, encourage you, tell you areas that you need to improve upon, being extremely supportive, giving you information upon information upon information to help you succeed along the road. And it's like pushing you to try to do these things now to succeed now because they know that you can. And I really just want to put it out there. Like, yeah, we're going through this series on rejection because we need to understand what this feeling is, because if we don't understand what it is, we'll mislabel it as like anger or sadness or depression or something like that, and that's not what it is. It's your feeling of rejection, and it ties to moments in life where well, not even moments in life, but your very first rejection that you didn't even know that it was, because a lot of these things happen to us as children. And so I just want us to grow and get better, or else we will go around mislabeling things because of our lens. But God always says, like, you can check the fruit or a tree by its fruit. And a person can fool you only but so many ways, but their fruit doesn't lie. So my areas of concern were with like other things, but in this specific thing, like their fruit didn't lie. Their fruit didn't lie that they were like a genuine person. I think what it is that it takes time to develop an understanding of a person. You have to be around a person long enough to understand, okay, they're like this because this stems from this. And that doesn't alleviate whether or not it pricked you. You know what I'm saying? Because a person could be in their cactus, porcupine type season, pufferfish, It doesn't excuse, but it does garner understanding for you. And what it does garner is, are you willing to endure? Now, I'm not trying to say being subjected to mistreatment or emotional or psychological abuse, because we did go over the comfort complex and how we have this level of comfort when it comes to certain situations. What does that look like? And these two go hand in hand. Like, the podcast is not only, me just spilling off different topics. I was even telling my daughter it's kind of like a love letter or blueprint for her in the future in audio form, documented. She gets to experience different points of my life, but she doesn't get to hear my detail on the thing. So in this moment, she knows that something's happening, but she doesn't know to the detail of what it is, how it's affecting me, and then the process that I'm using to improve upon it, or the process that I'm using to get through it. Because you can't get over anything. The growth doesn't happen by skipping steps. So if you go over a thing, you're skipping a step. In order to have real change, real improvement, you have to go through a thing. And so right now I'm going through a thing. I'm processing a thing. I'm going to God to the thing. I'm realizing my fault in a thing. I'm realizing a lot of situations within the thing. And that takes a level of maturity. Not all of that is well and dandy, but in order for me to know a true enemy, okay, I can't label everyone an enemy, because then I'm going to hurt innocent people. So that's something I need you guys to take away with. You can't label everyone an enemy, because everyone's not your enemy. You need to know by the fruit. Okay, what does this person bring to the table? How do they make you feel? People are always going to disappoint you into some capacity, but what did they specifically do? Is it an unforgivable thing? And then are you so stringent? Like, I'm just very stringent. Why? Why are you this way? What are you looking for? If you don't know what you're looking for, you're never going to find it. And so that is the journey, the path, the theme of the next couple of months, is really figuring those things out and acting accordingly. So before I react, because I am a reactionary person, I need to get my prayer closet and talk to the Lord so he could put some healing balm on my wounds. It's one of those things where it's like, you see a little kid and you like tap them and they'd be like, oh, like falling out crying, and all you did was touch them. Or if you've ever seen the videos on Instagram of like the girls that are tender headed, or like boys getting their first haircut and freaking out, and the person is not even touching them and they are freaking out because of the analysis of like everything, that thing is a threat, that thing is going to harm them. And that is something that we, as maturing adults, because we should be on the path to maturing, or us as adults, do in various situations, and it will rear its ugly head, and we have to know how to slay the dragon. And so slaying the dragon looks different for everybody, but in order to combat darkness, you have to find a way to turn on the light. So that is the goal. That is the thing that I'm challenging you to do. How do you turn on your light in the darkness?